Tom, you did the proper British thing. You went to an all-boys school. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, I did, yeah.
Were you well behaved?
No, absolutely not. but
then, oddly, for Spider-Man, they sent you back to school.
Well, it was a joke. They don't obviously understand my British sarcasm. I said, wouldn't it be funny if I went to an American high school undercover to see what it would be like to be an American high schooler? And Marvel were like, that's amazing, let's set it up. Wow. So 6 weeks later, I'm like with a backpack, pencil case, books, on my way to the school, the Bronx School of Science, which is a school for genius kids. And believe me, everyone, I am not no genius. And yeah, so I enrolled in a high school for 3 days. I had like an accent, a fake name, a backstory.
What was your fake name?
Ben Perkins, who's my acting coach for when I was a kid. But they paired me with a kid called Arun, and I was supposed to be his brother or something like that. And Arun is an Indian kid, and when I came in, everyone was like, is that really your brother? And we're like, yeah, we're just distant brothers from, you know, whoo. Anyway, moving on.
This is a science school. They can figure things out.
Like, no way that works. That doesn't work.
But then you did you confide in some people?
So I was sitting next to this very pretty girl in class, and you have to go through an exam process to get into this school, which obviously I didn't do. And she's like, hey, man, what's your deal? How are you here? I was like, well, let me tell you my secret. I'm actually Spider-Man. She's like, dude, you're fucking nuts, bro. What the hell, really? And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm Spider-Man. Obviously, none of my movies had come out. No one knew about it. It was a big secret. So I just looked like some nutter that showed up for 3 days and then disappeared.
Yeah, she's laughing now. She's like, why, you had him right there in the bottom. You also appeared in now what is one of the biggest films of all time, Spider-Man No Way Home. Like,
everyone loves it. Everyone loves Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, I went to see it in the cinema, and when you guys appeared, the cheer was amazing.
Yeah.
You saw it in the cinema. But you know, you went to see it.
It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's so. I finished playing. I'm far too old to be playing Spider-Man now, but they asked me back, and it's the sweetest thing ever. Because I put that to bed. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm done. That's lovely. And Tom Holland is just the best. So I just kind of became a fan again. And then they asked me to do it, and Toby was doing it. I was like, wow, it's Toby's. I've got to do it if Toby's doing it. It's like...
And at least you weren't the oldest.
Exactly. but he's my Spider-Man. So it's like, you know, I would practice his lines in the mirror when I was at drama school. Like, I was very high at the time. But my friend Terry McGuinness, he would crack up and he would look at me like, yeah, you'll never play Spider-Man, Andy. And then here we are. And but me and Toby, we became friends, and we snuck in to a theatre in Los Angeles on the opening weekend, and we were just two, you know, middle-aged white guys in baseball hats and masks, and we just kind of, absorbed them. It was, you know, special things in the middle of a pandemic as well.
And it's one of those things, I mean, when you've had a big success in a role like that, going back to it, did it feel like a high-risk thing to do?
Yeah, it was a stupid idea. It was a really scary thing to attempt, yeah. Especially just the costume. Oh, God. 38-year-old man in a spandex, you know.
They are unforgiving, those costumes.
Yeah, they are. Intimidating, yeah, very intimidating.
And I've said this publicly before because I really think we should do something about this. I actually think this should, like, all of us, we need to band together. We need to tell somebody. Listen, it's one piece, so there's a helmet and there's all these things that go underneath it, and I always have this fear that if he's, like, working really hard or something's happening, that if he had to, like, throw up, per se, how is he going to get it out? This is a genuine concern.
Yes.
Right? So I honestly, sometimes when I look at him, I'm like, I get a little scared because I'm like, what if you, like, I don't know. It just stresses me out.
I'll be like,
no, help him. It's true, because how are you gonna get it out?
But haven't you've got better at the suit, though. Can't you, you found a way, can you eat with the suit on?
Some things. Some things. There's essentially so the eyes pop out, And there used to be these fans. I remember them bragging about they added in these fans that you could click and it would supposedly cool me down. They worked once. After that, I just have these hot batteries in my helmet. But there's a hole underneath the eye socket where we used to be able to feed a tube down.
Oh, no.
And I could drink without taking the suit off because it, you know, it takes a lot of time.
And you've got a picture of this. If children have stayed up late to see Spider-Man, maybe they shouldn't see Spider-Man drinking. It's quite unpleasant.
There it is. And that is a frappuccino.
Now, filming together, like, Jake, Tom, it sounds like, was quite unsympathetic to you while you were filming. Didn't you get a little peaky in?
Oh well, yeah. We were shooting a scene, and I got sick. I was very nauseous throughout the day, and in the middle of one of the takes, I threw up in the middle of the take and kept going. You know, but that's what acting's all about.
I was sitting opposite him, and I was like, how is he doing that? He is so good. He looks so tortured and so unwell and so like hurt. And then he basically just had a stomach bug.
And they actually CGI'd the vomit out of the shot. But if you look in the movie, my mouth is just partially open at one. I'm kidding. Are you kidding?
I was going to go back and see it again.
I was right there.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
That's the Marvel Universe, just painting out the vomit. Right chunk.
But my eyes were so expressive that they had to keep it in the movie. That so they couldn't redo the shot, you know?
You're a big animal lover, Kirsten Dunst, as well.
Yeah.
But now, cats, you've already mentioned a cat. Cats are your first love.
Well, I do like cats. I don't know about my first love, but yeah, I'm a cat person.
OK, and you just got a new cat.
Well, that cat adopted me.
Oh, I see. So you to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, did it wander in?
Yeah, I just wandered in, started feeding, and now he sleeps in bed with me every night. So he's just like my cat, yeah.
It is weird. You would never do that with a person. Like, it's so specific to animals.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the cat?
Tito. I thought it was a boy for the longest time. Usually those orange stripy cats are boys. I don't know why I know this. But then my friend came over and was like, those balls are very small. I don't think that's a boy.
Maybe the girls don't have small balls.
I was like, okay, if it's he, she, whatever it is, I don't care. Still, Tito's a fine name for it. And so, yeah, it's a boy.
But I think this is a picture of Tito. You can tell Tito is such a boy. Look at that. That is a boy. Look at the man spread on that.
He's got a third leg or he's got his tail? Definitely a boy.
That is a very, very
cute cat. He just looks like he wants a hug, really.
Yeah. On Spider-Man 3, I have this really quite intense sequence with Doc Ock where I'm upside down and he's, like, battering me into this wall just constantly. And I was upside down all day for 11 hours, and, like, honestly, I really have nothing to complain about. You know, being Spider-Man has changed my life, but I am absolutely going to complain about this day. It was brutal. You know, I was upside down, the blood's rushing to your head, you're in a harness, the director's saying, can you just turn your head that way? And you're like, oh, fuck off, mate, like, a bit later. So anyway, so you come down, I'm driving home at the end of the day, and I'm complaining, I'm whinging about the day. I'm like, you know, I'm so tired, and he's working me so hard, and I just want a break. And my brother Harry's like, mate, you're Spider-Man, suck it up and get on with it, you'll be fine. So the next day on set, I'm chatting to the director about the week's work coming, and he's telling me about this scene. They need a young person to play a burglar who Spider-Man's going to catch. And he's going, do you think Harry would want to do it? I'm like, bollocks to Harry, he's doing it. So we hire Harry, we've cast Harry, he's on set. I go up to the stunt coordinator and I'm like, please, just whatever you do with the stunt, make it so that he's upside down. So we're doing this scene, Harry's upside down, swinging back and forward, and bless him, he's doing a really good job, and as the day is going on, he's got these lines, and he's starting to forget his lines, and his eyes are like they're going to pop out of his head. So we're driving home that day, and I was actually really proud of him, but he's driving home that day, and he's like, mate, you can complain as much as you want. That was brutal. And I was like, well, mate, you know, but the icing on the cake, and I don't think he actually knows this, we saw the film the other day, and they've cut the scene. It's not in the film.
I love nothing's made Tom laugh more than that.
He said to me, he goes, you know, mate, it was really tough, but I was just really excited about being in a Spider-Man movie.
Oh.
Sucks to be you, bro.
It was a elaborate prank.
Yeah, it was a horrible
In
prank.
another universe, he is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
in the deleted scenes.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Emma, for you, what is the hold that the Spice Girls have over you? Is this real?
Yes, it's real. And I just feel like I've been talking more about the Spice Girls on this press tour than I have about the movie.
That's because you wept. You wept
I
in
did
Australia.
weep. I know, I wept.
Did you really weep?
I really did.
But now, which one was talking to you?
Mel B.
And was she really talking to you, or was it a message?
No, it was a video message on an iPad.
And that made you cry?
Yes.
Were you jet lagged?
Yes. But I also, you don't, you do understand because we're in the UK.
Yeah.
I was a fiend. I was obsessed with the Spice Girls. And they taught me about girl power. And I love them. I think they're fantastic. And
What's the song?
There's so many, Jamie. There's so many.
Powers of the world.
Spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life.
Hey!
There's so many, and they're so fantastic. And today on the radio, Mel C talked to me over Skype.
Oh, wow.
So it's really very exciting.
Okay, now, who would you say is your favourite Spice Girl?
Emma Bunton, Baby Spice.
She's your favourite.
She's my favourite.
Who's next?
Don't do that.
Just a question.
All of the other four.
So, Emma Bunton.
Well, Emma Bunton was the one that I had blonde hair and bangs, and my name obviously is now Emma. My name was Emily, but it was taken when I became an actor. And so now it's Emma. And yeah, I love...
So, get me this. So one gave you a video message and one talked to you on Skype.
Yes.
But you're telling me you've never met a Spice Girl?
Are you gonna do something right
Have
now?
you never met a Spice
Are
Girl?
you gonna do something really?
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Wait, hold on. I have to mentally prepare myself.
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Not in the flesh.
Okay. Now, as you know, Emma, it is very rare. It is very rare for more than one Spice Girl to appear together for any reason at all. So, they're not here.